Pirates. So, today on Monday, the 16th, we're doing conjunctions. We watched the very famous Schoolhouse Rock conjunction junction, what's your function video. You watched a couple Khan Academy videos about what's a coordinating conjunction and what's a subordinating conjunction. So now, and you also downloaded a worksheet that has a list of subordinating conjunctions and coordinating conjunctions to help you. Now you're going to get into your worksheet, and I'm going to help you figure out how to do this worksheet. Okay, so this is your conjunction worksheet. Your directions for part 1. You're going to highlight in orange the coordinating conjunction in the sentence. Number 1, Tig took out the trash and Sarah swept the floor. Remember that coordinating conjunctions combine words, phrases, and clauses. And there's only 7 coordinating conjunctions. There's the fanboys, for and nor, but, or, yet, so. Well, in sentence number 1, that's combining 2 clauses, 2 independent clauses. Because Tig took out the trash, that's one sentence. Sarah swept the floor, that's another independent clause. But we combine them with the conjunction and. So highlight that orange. Highlight Tig. Highlight. Yes, sir. Thanks. Tig doesn't listen sometimes. No, he doesn't. Okay. There's one coordinated conjunction in number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There's 2 coordinating conjunctions in number 7. So this first part is worth 8 points. Second part, you're going to highlight in red the subordinating conjunction in the sentence. Now, again, to know the subordinating conjunction, we have to know what the subject and the predicate is. Because remember, all of these sentences for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are complex sentences, meaning there's an independent clause and there's a subordinating clause, or what we call a dependent clause. A subordinating or a dependent clause always begins with a subordinating conjunction. So, Chris picked up the phone to call his grandma, even though it was Jeopardy time. So we ask ourselves, who or what are we talking about in the sentence? Well, we're talking about Chris. Now we ask, what did Chris do? What was his action or his state of being? Well, Chris picked. Well, what did he do? He picked up. Well, we could ask ourselves, what did Chris pick up? Well, he picked up the phone. Can we ask ourselves, why he picked up the phone? Well, he picked up the phone to call his grandma. So, Chris picked up the phone to call his grandma is our independent clause. So everything else is our dependent clause. So what subordinated conjunction is beginning the phrase even though it was Jeopardy time? Well, that's a compound subordinating conjunction, even though. So we're going to highlight even though red. There is one coordinating conjunction, subordinating conjunction in number 2. There is one in number 3. There is one in number 4. And only pick the subordinating conjunction because I put a coordinating conjunction in there. Don't do the coordinating conjunction. And there is one in number 5. So the second part is worth 5 points. So far this whole assignment is worth 13 points. Finally, in the third part, you're going to highlight in purple the dependent clause. it will always begin with a subordinated conjunction. So you're going to do the whole clause. So again, what we have to find first is the dependent clause in the sentence. So when we read, number 1, the pirates waited to raid the ship until it was dark. Again, we always ask ourselves first, who or what are we talking about? Who is our main actors of the sentence? Or what are we talking about? Well, we're talking about the pirates. Well, what did the pirates do? What was their action? Well, they waited. Well, what did they wait for? To raid the ship until it was dark. But is to in our list of subordinating conjunctions? No, pirates, it is not. Yes, precious, it is not. To is actually a preposition, but here it's acting as an infinitive. But so the independent clause is the pirates waited to raid the ship. Now, so the dependent clause is until it was dark, because we see that until it was dark begins with the subordinated conjunction until. So we're going to highlight the whole phrase until it was dark. So that's what you do in the third section. Each one of those is worth 1 point. You're going to highlight the whole dependent clause. Remember, they always begin with a subordinating conjunction. So let me go back to the first part and I'll read all the sentences. Number 2, Mark got a new car, so he drove it to Nebraska. 3, Aaron can't go to the movies, for he has to babysit his brothers. 4, roses are red, but their stems are green. 5, Sandy couldn't decide if she wanted ice cream or sherbet. 6, Paul did not like math, nor did he like reading. 7, Leon and Tig are better at teaching, yet Mr. Shornack won't let them take over the class. Part 2. 2, after Lynette tried 3 times, she asked the teacher for help. 3, Mrs. Gorham said that we will go outside for PE if the weather is nice. 4, Sandy and LJ couldn't go on the ride that was being repaired. 5, Brian had a smile on his face, which was much more pleasant than his grumpy frown. Third part. 2, Mel, Carla, and Tracy rinsed off their shoes after playing in the mud. 3, although Amy was excited about I can't write. Although Amy was excited about school, he's going to fix that. Starting, part of her was dreading having homework again. I love my job. 4, now that she is in middle school, Abra has many different teachers. 5, because of the wonderful things he does, Tig is off to see the wizard. Again, this assignment is worth 18 points. If you have any questions, since we're all on remote learning, please unmute yourself, and we will help the pirates as precious. Yes, we will. Thank you very much, pirates, and have a super sparkly day.